Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my lethal replay of Deus Ex. I racked my brain because it's really not the right time to introduce anything new, but I didn't feel up to dealing with Stacy tonight, and Alan Wake didn't sound like that much fun either. Then I remembered that back in July we dropped this lethal run of Deus Ex because I got way too drunk, and that was the night I fucked up my computer, and it was bad. It was all around bad. But we're picking it back up. We are at the start of our second visit to Hell's Kitchen. We recaptured the Ambrosia shipment. We saved Lebedev from Anna Navarra. We already killed her. That was a very different decision than a non-lethal run. And we got a lot of extra dialogue from him as a result, which was pretty cool. And Manderley told us we were being shipped to Hong Kong in order to assassinate a man named Tracer Tong. Instead, however, Jock, the pilot, took us back to New York, back to Hell's Kitchen, and said we needed to go see our brother, who, as you may also remember, had actually been working for the terrorists, the NSF, and disappeared after the Ambrosia shipment went missing. Manderley told us that the coalition was letting him go and that they were going to go after him. And in the meantime, they were sending us to Hong Kong to do the thing that Paul fucked up. And it's obviously a very big measure of loyalty testing. But instead, Jock flew us to New York. Hey, Tater. Hey, DBZ. Hey, Lone Wonder. 19 months! Oh my gosh. What is that? I guess we're getting to work on our third sub, baby. It's always a real pleasure to have you here. Thank you for being my single most steadfast viewer, my first, and as of this moment at least, only moderator. And just you're always here. You're always fun to talk to. I love playing these games, and I love having you here to watch me do it. So thank you very much. Apple pie sounds pretty good, Tater. If it wasn't a Monday on a pretty serious work night, I'd want a beer. But so it goes. Hey, Infinimora. How are you? Good to see you. Give it a few more minutes, let people trickle in. DBZ, you have the whole week off? Week after Thanksgiving? That's crazy, man. Awesome. I'm flattered that you're spending your week off watching my Baldur's Gate vids. I hope you've got good food and good drinks to go along with that. I would consider them entertaining, but need some sustenance too. Homemade apple pie. Oh, that does sound good. I don't ever eat dessert because I always say if I'm going to consume empty calories, I would prefer that they get me drunk. So I never eat candy or dessert or anything like that. But oh my gosh, somebody must be rating me because I have 24 viewers out of nowhere. It's awesome though. 24. Okay. Well, I think it's time to launch the game then. Here comes my favorite, not absolute favorite, but pretty favorite theme music. Tiff's in the house. Hi, Tiffany. I should have done my waiting in here. Alright. Alright, so Jock took us to New York. Let's talk to him first.
He doesn't have much time. Be discreet. He doesn't want any trouble with UNATCO. Be discreet. He doesn't want any trouble with UNATCO.
Alright. So the first thing to do is get to Paul's room and chat with him.
Your brother's hurt pretty bad. You'll find him at the apartment. If he can walk, get him to come with you. I can pick you guys up in Battery Park.
Goal received. Your brother's in trouble. Go to the apartment in Hell's Kitchen and see if he needs your help. Tell Jaime that Walton Simons is looking for him. Well, that's never good. Except I think we actually did that. And it's one of those objectives that never completes because reasons. Alright. First thing to do is look around. Oh, never mind.
Is this kill switch real? What's it going to do to you?
I'm afraid that's, classified.
Manderley said you're going to die.
You've got to have God clearance to know. The nanites can be programmed for exponential growth.
There's a chopper that can take us to Hong Kong. You know Jock?
First, you're the only one that can help. I need to send the NSF distress code. UNATCO tracked Lebedev to the other NSF bases, and to Silhouette in France.
Go on.
UNATCO takes payoffs. Silhouette, the other terrorist groups, they're our allies.
I'm prepared to believe you. I killed Agent Navarra, and I'll join you against UNATCO, but I want proof.
You want proof? Pay a visit to the NSF headquarters. Down in the basement, protected by booby traps, a data cube sits on the edge of a table. My report to the militia leaders. Here, I have a photograph of the building. It's a couple blocks to the west, behind the bar.
And I suppose while I'm there, you want me to encrypt a signal with the NSF transmitter, bypass UNATCO SIGINT?
A lot of people could die. My friend Chad, for example, the leader of Silhouette.
I'll check out the facility, but I can't promise I'll help the terrorists. Be ready to leave for Hong Kong when I get back.
Goal received. Investigate the captured NSF base to the west behind the bar to see if Paul is telling the truth about UNATCO. If he is, help the rebels by sending a distress signal from the satellite transmitter. Didn't he give us an image too? Yes, he did. NSF headquarters. Alright, so I guess it's just a picture of the building so we know what it looks like. Tater, I'm happy you found it too. It made my heart happy to see the map of Vardenfell. Alright, well, we remember this code. Remember, count backwards from 4. We read that one already. I remember that. The books are the same. Am I in full health? I should be. Yeah. Peek my inventory. I've forgotten. Well, something is glitched here. Because my Gep gun is sitting on top of a Zyme vial. Let's drop the Gep gun. Move the Zyme vials. And then pick the Gep gun back up. There we go. That's better. Alright. So in here we got pistol ammo, assault rifle ammo, a lockpick, a multi-tool. Wow, I am maxed on everything. I've been doing a good job. Oh yeah, and remember, it uses you give it your real name and it uses it. Hey Travis, didn't have a chance to get you your own net account. P. Denton Chameleon. But there's an AUG upgrade canister. So let's let's look at our augmentations. I think by now, yeah, I've got one worth upgrading. I'm going to take Run Silent to the maximum. Tech 4, and Agent is completely silent. All about that stealth mode, yo. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. P. Denton, Chameleon. No email today. Alright. Let's keep chatting up Paul. I'm full on medkits.
You sure you're alright?
No worse than a bad cold. What kills me is just
That they have this kind of power.
the power, yes, but the fact that it's been there from the beginning. A lot of things are starting to make sense. You remember Mom and Dad?
You think they knew?
Lebedev thought so. He said they were employees of the United Nations.
They would never have agreed to anything like a kill switch.
Remember, I knew them longer than you did, and after what Tong showed me, I'm pretty certain we don't have a stitch of DNA in common with either of our supposed parents. They've opened up the street behind the bar. The NSF base is on the other side of the tunnel. Silhouette's not much to speak of militarily, but you might call them the brains of the resistance movement. They go after public opinion. If it wasn't for Silhouette, there'd be a half a dozen meaningless civil wars going on instead of any kind of worldwide struggle.
Hi, Mortalius. Is it too dark on Twitch? Like, can you guys not see what's going on? Because it's a dark game, but... I mean, even my brightness settings don't look like they're fading to pure black at the bottom of the bars like they're supposed to.
Ironically, to fight the One-Worlders, we ourselves have to become a global organization. It's been easier than we expected. Average people are beginning to wake up to the fact that bigger isn't better. A few bureaucrats in New York can't make good decisions for New Jersey, let alone Paris or a village in China. That kind of centralization can only lead to precisely the debacle that the UN has become. Somehow the notion of unalienable liberty got lost. It's really become a question of what liberties will the state assign to individuals? Or rather, what liberties will we have the strength to cling to? It's only a matter of time before someone clever and ambitious figures out that the tools of dictatorship have been ready-made by well-meaning governments all over the world. UNATCO, for instance, a global response to a common problem. Looks good on paper, but a global military force is hard to keep accountable. UNATCO's already in the wrong hands. I don't know whose hands, but you'll find records of outside influence if you dig around the NSF headquarters.
Well, I appreciate it, Mortalius, and welcome to the street. Good to have you here. Fan of Deus Ex, I take it.
You better get moving. You better get moving.
As am I. Easily in my trifecta top 3 of all time, along with Thief and System Shock 2. Alrighty. Let's head out here. We've got the nano key. Bad guys aren't around yet. Well, shoot, hold on. Sorry, we're gonna speed through this.
He doesn't have much time.
I bought the
Be
wrong
discreet.
upgrade.
He doesn't want any trouble with UNATCO. Be discreet.
We can
He
skip
doesn't want
through all
any
the
trouble with
dialogue.
UNATCO.
Your brother's hurt pretty bad. You'll find him at the apartment. If he can walk, get him to come with you. I can pick you guys up in Battery Park.
We can just zip through the dialogue. We don't need to do is... Well, we probably should.
You sure you're alright?
They've opened up the street behind the bar. The NSF base is on the other side of the tunnel.
I want to take combat strength to level 2. Oh yeah, and let's check out the flavor text there too. The effectiveness of melee weapons is increased moderately.
Silhouette's not much to speak of militarily, but you might call them the brains of the resistance movement.
No, Mortalius, I never rush the story.
They go after public opinion. If it wasn't for Silhouette, there'd be a
Story
half
is
a dozen meaningless civil
absolutely
wars
my
going on
jam.
instead of any kind of worldwide struggle.
I think this game's incredibly well written. and
Ironically, to fight the One-Worlders, we ourselves have to become a global organization.
I'm really excited that Warren Spector is in charge of System Shock 3, and he actually brought on Sheldon Picotti, the head writer from Deus Ex.
It's been easier than we
If you're a
expected.
fan of System Shock.
Average people are beginning to wake up to the fact that bigger isn't better. A few bureaucrats in New York can't make good decisions for New Jersey, let alone Paris, or a village in China. That kind of centralization can only lead to precisely the debacle that the UN has become.
But getting all the dialogue, also,
Somehow the notion of unalienable liberty got
especially with
lost.
key characters
It's really
like
become
Paul,
a question of what liberties will the state assign to individuals.
I don't
Or rather, what liberties will we have the strength to cling to?
think this conversation
It's only
is
a matter of time before
actually an
someone
example.
clever and ambitious figures out that
But-
the tools of dictatorship have been ready-made by well-meaning governments all over the world.
There are lots of places in the game where going
UNATCO, for
full
instance,
dialogue
a
gives
global
you more
response to a
options.
common problem.
So,
Looks good on paper, but a global military force is hard to keep accountable. UNATCO's already in the wrong hands. I don't know whose hands, but you'll find records of outside influence if you dig around the NSF headquarters. You better get moving.
all right,
You better get moving.
now we're ready to go. All right, let's loot the elevator shaft. Go up top. There's an accuracy mod sitting here in the corner. Of course we want that. Oh, I need to fix my inventory again too. Pistol and get gun are already fully accurate, so let's put on the sniper rifle, since we're going lethal this playthrough. Well, thank you for the follow, Mortalius. I certainly appreciate that, and we'll see you back here as soon as you finish making your popcorn. Alright, so first things first, I guess. Let's just fix my inventory. I'm not all that into glitches. Another multi-tool in the bottom. We go back to the middle floor. Ooh. Somebody fucking... Data cube's gone. We've got the key to this room as well. Just a med kit in here, which is redundant. Oh, the dead junkies are still here. We already collected their Zyme. Update my lists now, because we got stuff going on. Alright, back we go. Let's head down to ground level. That just takes us to the elevator. Nothing in the lobby.
He's not my boyfriend.
And what is he?
He's Jojo. God!
I don't like him staying in my hotel.
Then evict him.
How'd you get mixed up with someone like that in the first place?
Jesus, Dad, do you expect me to do it? It's your hotel.
I just don't want any trouble.
Then get used to it. Jojo's the boss on this street. Nothing anybody can do about it.
Okay, so we've got a bit of a decision to make here. So we've got a credit shit and some 12-gauge buckshot. I do not want to give up my fully modified pistol. There we go. My function keys weren't working for a second. Gilbert wants a gun, and we actually want to give it to him. I don't actually want to give him any of my guns. So what we can give him that I don't really mind giving him is I can give him my crossbow, actually. So the order in which JC offers weapons is a pistol, which we don't want to give him, stealth pistol, which I'm not carrying, sawed-off shotgun, which I'm not carrying, mini crossbow, and knife. I'm actually willing to give up my crossbow because it's a lethal playthrough. I'm not knocking people out this go-round. So drop our pistol, and we'll see how this goes. Second I talk to Gilbert, JoJo spawns, and basically the way it plays out is Gilbert needs to win the fight, and there's a way to fudge that. He doesn't actually have to take JoJo out. If you wait for him to get his gun out and then kill JoJo, the game treats it as though that happened. But the good ending, I think, is the one where Sandra stays with her dad. The bad ending, she runs away, and way later in the game, you find her literally fucking homeless near Vandenberg. So, I'm gonna try to get that one. JoJo needs to die anyway, so I'll let him have my mini crossbow.
What's the trouble?
None of your business.
One of the neighborhood thugs, Jojo. He thinks he owns the block.
I can straighten him out. Just tell me where he is.
I get some rough people in here, but this guy, I don't know, he's jumpy.
He's just a punk. I'll take care of it.
Can you help me out? I could really use a gun for protection.
Oh, I guess he's taking my knife. Okay. You can have my knife, that'll keep you safe.
You can have my knife. That'll keep you safe.
Thanks, that'll help.
You aren't gonna shoot nobody. Jesus.
Be careful with that.
Alright, well, JK. It's alright. Knives are a dime a dozen. We'll get another one quickly. Okay, so here comes JoJo.
You're gonna get him killed. You're gonna get him killed.
I hope I don't have to use this thing. I hope I don't have to use this thing.
So at this point, JoJo's... Yeah, he spawns in upstairs and he comes down.
Oh, you bad. Keep out of the way. You deaf? You deaf?
If we kill him before he gets here, it doesn't work. We have to let the scene play out. If we kill him, Sandra leaves. We'll wreck him.
What you just lying around for, girl?
What?
I told you, Bar Rush is money, it's business.
In a minute.
That's my daughter you're talking to.
I already explained it, old man. Your girl, she needs me. She don't got an education, and all you got to give her is a job killing rats.
This is my hotel. I want you to leave.
Next thing is, I explain it to Lo Bruto. Is that what you want?
I'll go already. Leave him alone.
That's it. I've had it.
Alright, I think Gilbert actually got the kill shot. Not in...
Got it.
I was hoping I'd run into that punk.
I can't believe you shot him.
I won't stand by and let somebody treat you like that.
Oh, that's just JoJo. He talks big.
I think he'll be happier without that guy around.
Now maybe you can stay home for a while.
Dad.
Or at least stick around the hotel. I just want to know that you're safe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Give it a try. I promise I won't cramp your style.
Maybe I'll stick around until I get on my feet.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got to get moving.
Alright, so we got it to work. I don't want his stealth pistol. We'll ditch that. He's also got a crowbar that it says I don't have room for, and I guess I don't, actually. Let's go replenish our 10 mil ammo right quick. Just remember there was a clip of it up in Paul's room. Yeah, shot him with a knife. Alright. So that worked out nicely. Let's get the rest of their dialogue.
I'm glad that's over. Now maybe things will get back to normal. Thanks for the gun. Feel much safer.
It's a knife, but okay.
Now maybe things will get back to normal.
Now I just gotta do something about Johnny. Now I just gotta do something about Johnny.
Alright, that worked out. I'm happy with it. Dilly dilly, as they say. Still more to do. I already have... I think I already have computer in advanced. Yeah, I do. Good. That means we get the full amount of money for hacking ATMs. If you're only trained, you only get half of the available money when you hack. FYI. But advanced, the full 400 credits. Terrorist attack at LaGuardia. The recent terrorist attack on Liberty Island and the resultant reprisal by UNATCO forces appears to have spilled over onto a private airfield at LaGuardia Airport, where fighting is still ongoing at last report. All inbound flights are being rerouted to John F. Kennedy International Airport, while outbound flights have been suspended until further notice. Look for further updates as more information becomes available. Page donates to area clinics. Today, Bob Page made a record donation of over 10 million credits to the Clinics and Hospices Association of New York, the largest private donation in the organization's history. Already strained to the breaking point by the influx of patients suffering from the Grade F, the donation was a gift from God, according to Ray Cobo, Deputy Director of Cheney. This couldn't have come at a better time and should allow us to dramatically improve our services. It was the right thing to do, commented Page. When I was in New York recently, the suffering that I saw on the streets was unconscionable. Thomas Aquinas, a personal icon, worked his entire life to ease such terrible pain. This is the very least I could do. Yeah, right, Bobo. Let's head outside now. First thing to do... Well, we'll chat with these bums.
No escape. It's already too late for you. Came at us with everything they had, cut us to pieces even before we could take Washington State. They have us outnumbered. Some of us will be heroes. The rest of us will walk away on both legs. They have you, Sonny. They have you this time. They have us outnumbered.
Sick of being shoved around. I'm just minding my own business. You better stay away from the apartment on the second floor. That guy's packing, and he doesn't like people messing with his stuff. Back off, buddy. I'm just minding my own business. Back off, buddy.
Alright. Now we want to head back down to the sewers. Oh, they're still unlocked. So, this is the lab we rescued Ford Chick from on our first visit. And look, I mean, we killed them all on our first run through, but everybody's dead. And we got some skill points. I'm after maximum skill points. Now, what's in here? Because I actually don't have a knife back yet. Okay, this is a thermoptic camo, which actually beats ballistic armor. So I'll take that instead. This little office got some 10 mil ammo. Very good. Now I'm gonna show you this and then I'm gonna reload. Because you can see 4 corpses down in the water, which remember is poison. But none of the 4 corpses have anything. About to lose a leg. That's fine. MJ-12 coup d'etat, right? Yes. We rotate the bridge and security's disabled, but I'll rotate the bridge in a minute. Lasers are still active. Just run through bioelectric cell up here. Just wait for the alarm to stop. Take that long. Excellent. This is just the other manhole. Let's explore the rest of the area first. Oh yeah, there's another clip of 10 mil up there, but we don't need that. Alright, well thanks for dropping by, Tater. It's always a pleasure to have you. I'll just wait for the alarm to settle and we'll be fine. I forgot what the, Alright, well, I think I can jump these. Just have to do better. I can't crawl under them. They're too low. I do have an EMP grenade. No reason not to use it. It's a smarter hotkey than ammo, too. I know this code. It's in my notes somewhere. I just need to track all the way back to our first visit to Hell's Kitchen. we go. The entry code 2167. See? Told you I had it. There's sniper rifle ammo. That's good. Now we'll rotate the bridge and see what's on the other side. Code is MJ12. Fude top. Rotate bridge. And I have an email from my boss. I'll answer it. Let's stream for 25 more minutes. He can wait 25 minutes. Kill it. There's absolutely nothing here. Well, alright. That makes it easy. So the lab is inaccessible. We just need to rotate the bridge back in order to take the easy way out. And we're back up here behind the hotel.
Sick of being shoved around.
No, I thought there was a newspaper over here, but there's not. Easy enough. Free clinic is closed on this trip. Check out the park. I don't believe there's anything here. Well, there's a cop we can chat with. But Osgood and Sons, which is where we went to get the generator, the lower window is barred, so we can't get in that way.
Your buddies at UNATCO asked us to steer people away from the Ton. This block is about to heat up again. Clear the streets, no exceptions. We're telling everyone to leave the neighborhood. This one may get out of control. Keep moving, Agent. This area has been declared a UNATCO security zone. Please comply with the evacuation notice. We're telling everyone to leave the neighborhood. This one...
Yeah, we can't get in the front entrance either. Osgood and Sons is done. And that takes us back around to the front of the Ton, rather.
What you looking at?
Go these back ways first. This is the back door into the Underworld Tavern. It's still open, but we're not going there just yet. Naturally, we will. Morgan! Hello, and thank you for the host. One World Banking, 3 Plaza 1, New York. The future of banking is one world. Mr. Renton. As requested, we've provided you with a copy of your bank account and PIN number. We appreciate your business and look forward to answering any other questions you might have. Account number 487659, PIN number 249087. Please keep this record in a secure location to prevent unauthorized use of your account. Well, that obviously didn't work. But, that data cube is a lie anyway. It has a typo, so you don't have a legitimate way of getting the real codes to his account. So it's a good thing we have advanced hacking. Deus Ex is great, Morgan. I freaking love this game. Have you played it before? 10 dead in gang slaying, APR Hong Kong, China. The simmering gang war in Hong Kong exploded on the streets overnight when 10 were killed during an attack on a local establishment, the Lucky Money Club. Located in the Wan Chai district, the Lucky Money Club has generally been associated with organized criminal activity. Eyewitness reports were few, but local authorities suspect that members of the Luminous Path Triad may have been involved in the attack. All 10 victims had extensive criminal records. Each was killed with traditional weapons, their throats savagely cut in an ancient ritual typically employed as a punishment for betrayal. There's the front entrance to the bar. We'll head there soon enough, but we'll clear the streets first. So here's our backup manhole entrance, just so you can see it from the other side. Goes back to the now defunct sewer lab. Anything up here or down here. There is a bioelectric cell. That's neat. I don't need it. We got the subway, the front entrance to Smugglers. Can't get into the subway either.
Mr. UNATCO man, you guys going after JoJo?
I'm not going after anybody.
That's pretty logical. Him being hit out in the ton.
Jojo Fine of the NSF?
The whole street's a UNATCO security zone. That's why they sent me down here. They're gonna take that punk out and no one's gonna miss him.
You can forget about Jojo. I left him on his back in the hotel.
Really? That's it?
He's not going to be a problem anymore.
Does that mean the evacuation's over?
You better stay here until the police say it's okay.
Alright, so there's a code to open the subway, but we don't have it, and we cannot bypass it with any number of multi-tools.
I gotta use the street to get home. They got JoJo. What more do they need to do? Man, I can't believe that guy's dead. I've been dreaming about this day. I can't wait to tell Janie. Thanks, man. Really. I can't wait to tell Janie.
Alright, that's it for her, so let's go over here to the basketball court. It's deserted. We can still go after the basketball Easter egg if we want, but there's no need to. Over here, we have the back entrance to Smugglers. 25 picks, or a strength of 25%. Or 2 picks, I mean. Well, let me see. I got 20 rockets and 20 lockpicks. I think it makes more sense to use 1 rocket than to use 2 lockpicks. So here we go. Here we have a bioelectric cell, and I can tell you these have a lockpick and a multi-tool. They're maxed out on, but whatever. This one's the same thing. Although I can have a net use of only 1 lockpick to get it open. But I don't need to, because it's just the back way into Smugglers. So, let's go take a spin through the Underworld bar next. That's the same. See if the ATMs have any dollar bills in them. 155. I think they're linked, but I'm not certain, so I'm gonna double check and hack both. Alright, Jordan Shea, how are you?
Hey, you know the Rentons, right? There's trouble at the Ton.
I already took care of that punk Jojo, if that's what you mean.
Really? He's dead?
Surprised?
I'm just glad to see that someone gives a damn about the Rentons. UNATCO seems to think they have bigger fish to fry.
Nothing but thanks.
Nothing, but thanks.
So, they brought you over for the raid? That's surprising.
I'm not involved with any kind of raid.
Oh, well then you probably want to stay out of the crossfire. I just assumed... So what do you need? 10 credits? Anything in the house? Last call.
Thanks for the advice.
Thanks for the advice. Tell me about this raid.
Best thing in these situations is to clear out. That's what we should have done earlier during the fighting.
Who are they after?
Agent Denton, I know who you are, and I know your brother. You should leave the city. Trust me.
It's good talking to you.
It's good talking to you.
Shoot.
That's it. Okay.
Nothing, but thanks.
Alright, so you don't need any more buckshot. Chat with Joe Green.
Perfect. Someone who can tell me about the raid.
Like I said before, I don't talk to the press.
Why are they closing down the street and shutting down the bar? What could be worse than the fighting earlier this evening?
I wish I had an answer to that, but even if I did, it wouldn't be any of your business. How about I interview you? Tell me what you've dug up on the raid.
What's the matter? Did they leave you out of the loop?
I'm the one asking the questions.
Must be a high-level operation. I'd sure like to know what it is.
Alright, forget it. I'll find out on my own.
Place is almost empty. I could sure use better contacts at UNATCO. Let me know if you hear anything. Place is almost empty.
And data cube. It's not new. Oh, it's Harley Philbin.
Here's a tip for free. Take cover. UNATCO's about to do a raid. All they said was, clear out, we're coming in. Good to see you UNATCO boys know how to clean up this town. I hear UNATCO's got a team going over the old NSF hideout. Probably put me out of business. By morning, UNATCO will know everything there is to know about the rebels. I bet I wake up tomorrow and I don't have a job. I bet I wake up tomorrow and I don't have a job.
Alright, that's it for Harley. Check the restrooms, but I don't think there's anyone in here or anything. Nope. And this takes us out the back. Well, that just leaves Smuggler's Hideout and the new spot. So, getting back to Smuggler actually gets me back to where I dropped the playthrough back in July. So that's good. Stay out of the ladies' restroom. Alright, let's go to the Smuggler. I got a little over 10 minutes left. Should be enough time to clear him out, and then we'll leave the actual new area, the NSF headquarters, for the next Deus Ex stream.
Yes. Password?
Bloodshot.
I'll probably remember Smuggler's password for the rest of my life. So just remind you or show you right quick, because I'm not going to waste lockpicks or rockets, just have everything open. This is the back entrance that we could have come through behind the basketball court. This one is a lockpick. We will have to disable his lasers again. Thankfully, it's only going to take one multi-tool, which we can immediately replace. I do like it when that happens. Getting back here again gets us 20 fresh skill points.
Tell Paul he better lay low for the next few hours. Now what do you want?
Anything for sale?
Hey, about your brother. If he's in Hell's Kitchen, he's a sitting duck.
So you heard that he went over to the NSF?
UNATCO's got this place nailed down. One thing they can't stand, an agent gone AWOL.
Maybe I should prepare for the worst. What do you have for me?
I have an extended clip that'll fit most handguns and rifles for 1,500 credits, a range weapon mod for 2,400, and a napalm canister that fits most flamethrowers for 2,250.
I'm gonna buy the mods. I'll give you 2,400 for the range mod.
I'll give you 2,400 for the range mod.
Deal.
We're gonna pop that in our pistol, baby. So our accurate range is 150 feet plus 20%. It's now 180 feet.
I've heard talk of a raid on the Ton. This is what I've got.
Sell me the extended clip for 1,500.
Sell me the extended clip for 1,500.
Deal.
Put that on our pistol as well. Clip size, 6 rounds plus 40% equals 10 rounds. Awesome.
This is what I've got.
Not interested.
Not interested.
Alrighty. Just checking things off the list.
The best thing is to stay out of UNATCO's way. This is what I've got.
Not in.
Don't interrupt me, dude. Alright, let's go upstairs. Flares. The reluctant dictators we read last time we were here. Same with computer viruses and basic firearm safety rules. And this does have a code, but the game never tells it to you. So we can either use 2 multi-tools or an explosive. I'm gonna use a Gap rocket. There's a ballistic armor and 2 more mods. A clip, which we can put in our pistol. Clip, 6 rounds plus 50% equals 11 rounds. And a recoil mod, which we can also put on our pistol, which we were just tricking out. Recoil, 0.3 minus 50% equals 0.15. Awesome. Alright, now let's hit Smuggler's
I've heard talk
computer.
of a raid on the Ton.
Don't think we can know the login and password, so we'll just have to hack. Public terminal, need passage. You met me once when doing business with Lebedev. I got the impression you were professional then, so I'm going to try and handle this professionally now. Message out of this city underneath the official radar for me and 2 other people. We're prepared to keep our mouths shut and we're prepared to pay. We don't care how and we don't care where. Hong Kong, Lagos, Paris if you can, but anywhere that's outside of the country. I've hacked this terminal with an account that should be active for the next 24 hours. I'll check it periodically for your response. Decker. Alright.
I've heard talk of a raid on the Ton.
We should recognize the name Decker. We saw it all over the NSF's email accounts and data cubes back when we were chasing down the Ambrosia. Looks like he managed to get out of the city with a couple of his compatriots.
Tell Paul he better lay low for the next few hours.
Aaron and Young. Good for them. There's another email to read. Level beam regarding polio vaccinations. Jimmy Hoskins wrote, "Why Crystal Palace is only the upper level of a much larger repository of data, complete genetic records of every human being on Earth gathered during the polio vaccinations and supplemented by periodic influenza vaccinations since then. In truth, the whole idea that Crystal Palace was HQ to NORAD was a brilliant deception as a secret Soviet-American pact." Schick has no email, and we'll grab the second half of that.
Tell Paul he better lay low for the next few hours.
Smuggler's got a very yeoman hideout. It's not a comfy looking bed.
I've heard talk of a raid on the town.
Almost there. It's kind of my shtick, Mortalius. I'm glad you like it. And come on, Jimmy. In her 2013 book, The Wheels Come Off, Ophelia Carter persuasively demonstrated that there could have been no Soviet-American pact, as America had already sold out to the Greys. Far from being shams, the polio and influenza outbreaks of the later 20th century were merely test runs in a larger governmental biowarfare program that used its own populace as guinea pigs. Next time, get your facts straight. Shiro Yoshitaka, when everything is permitted, nothing is free. Alright, let's get out of here now. Unfortunately, we're back to where we left off. We're actually past it, because we've finished up Smuggler's hideout. I actually have a tad bit of time. Probably not enough to finish the NSF headquarters, but we can at least get started. So we've done all of our re-exploring of Hell's Kitchen, everywhere we were able to go on our first visit. Now it's time to see if Paul is telling the truth. Investigate the captured NSF base to the west behind the bar to see if Paul is telling the truth about UNATCO. If he is, help the rebels by sending a distress signal from the satellite transmitter. Fun fact, they originally had much more ambitious plans for this game. They wanted to make a big branching path that would actually allow you to side with UNATCO and MJ-12. But, as is so often the case, especially in a game made in 2000, they ran out of time and budget and had to scrap those ambitious plans. And here we go. So this tunnel, which was closed, is now open. We are headed to the NSF headquarters. I do note that back here, we got some combat supply crates. We got buckshot and a prod charger. Alrighty. A little bit farther. I think I actually missed some crates over here. I did. Assault rifle ammo. Buckshot.
thought they were shipping you off to Hong Kong.
Had to pack a few things. What's going on here?
Damage control. The NSF got their hands on some pretty sensitive material.
Probably had something to do with my two-faced brother.
Nothing we can't clean up.
Mind if I take a look around?
Go right ahead.
Now, I need to test something here. Because, spoiler alert, the troops are all going to turn on us. So, we want to go ahead and eliminate them. Right at this juncture, if we can. There, I got my trusty knife back. Alright. But, I don't want to turn them all hostile. So, if killing him means I get in here and they're all hostile already, I'll reload and wait until later.
You'll need to send the signal from the satellite dish on the top of the warehouse. If you're unable to hack the computers up there, you'll need the instructions and account information Lebedev sent me. One of our agents who tried to send the signal but got run off left the data cube in a secret area below the garage. Look for a hatch under some boxes. A computer on the 3rd floor can unlock the hatch.
Alright. Note received. To access the NSF transmitter, either hack the satellite dish computer system on the roof and send the warning message directly, or 1. Unlock a hatchway in the garage with a computer on the 3rd floor. 2. Get the login to the satellite dish computer from the secret area below this hatch. Then 3. Use the transmitter on the roof to send the warning message. And this is where we're going to leave it, because I did promise the wife that I'd end after an hour, and we've been going 1 hour and 2 minutes. So I'm going to make a fresh hard save here, because everything went correctly, unlike last time. And a fresh quick save as well. And we're going to drop it. Until next time. So, this has been Let's Play Deus Ex. To those of you joining me live on Twitch, thank you so much for being here. If you're new, like my new friend Mortalius, and you enjoyed what you saw, I hope you hit the follow button, just like he did, so you can see every time we go live on the future. If you're watching later on YouTube, first of all, if you enjoy the video, please hit like. That helps me. If you don't enjoy the video, feel free to hit dislike, but if you do that, please tell me why in the comments. I like to do what I can to get better. And I also know that I stream at somewhat odd hours. I do have a very demanding day job, and there's often a mismatch in schedules, but all of my content makes its way to the YouTube channel, so if you subscribe, you don't need to worry about missing anything. Finally, regardless of the platform you're on, I hope you will consider joining the Discord server. The link to join the Discord is in the Twitch channel description. It's also in the YouTube video description. The Discord is where I make official channel announcements. It's where we discuss what you want to see me play, and it's where there's just a fun community of people who love video games just as much as you and me. Kind of plotting out in my head, I think we're going to be on the normal schedule this week. So the next stream should be Thursday night. And I'm leaning toward more Deus Ex, but we've got kind of 3 active games right now: Alan Wake, Deus Ex, and Alien Isolation. So it'll definitely be one of those 3. Right now I'm in a Deus Ex mood, but who knows how I'll feel on Thursday. We'll find out. Watch the Discord. You'll see what we're playing. Regardless of what it is, I hope to see you Thursday. Y'all have a good week. See you soon.